Welcome to the Cardano Sense Daily Fund Show, where we look at three different projects or proposals that are looking for funding out of the Cardano Treasury. We're currently in Fund 4. My name is Anthony. If this is your first time here, please like and subscribe. I'm trying to build up some followers so I can go live, although I may just go live anyway and see if I can build them up that way. But for the 5 of you that are watching, I do appreciate it. All right, let's get into the show here. This show is sponsored by, as usual, my website and my stake pool. This is the CardanoFund.com website. I created this as an alternative, but not really an alternative. Yeah, I guess it is an alternative place to go if you don't want to go to IdeaScale. IdeaScale, you have to log in, create a login, and do all that kind of stuff. Here, you can just go look at the proposals. So if you want to look at the proposals, go to the current fund. Here are the proposals for the current fund. Click on one. It'll take you to the proposals and you can take a look at it. The only thing with this site is that I do try to keep it up as much as possible, but sometimes with my work and everything else, I don't get to do it except on the weekend. So if you want the most up-to-date information, go to IdeaScale, which I'll leave a link to down below. But if this is the voting time, the voting period, and you're watching this video, it is up to date. I make sure it's up to date during the voting periods. Quickly show you my stake pool here, the Sophie stake pool. We've got pretty good luck, 103%. We've made 89 blocks so far. We are a small stake pool. We're down to a little over 500,000 ADA, so we have plenty of room to grow. And now let's get into what we're going to talk about today, the funding projects on Cardano. So this fund is Fund 4. So during Fund 4, we have 7 different what we call campaigns. So they're different, let me show you real quick. Okay, so the developer ecosystem, we have to answer this question, right? How can we create a positive developer ecosystem that helps the developer focus on building successful apps? If you can answer this question, if you have an idea for this question, you can apply for funding. And we have 7 such campaigns. They're all different. I'm not going to go through all of them. There'll be a link, you can go through these. But the one we're looking at today, the one I picked projects out for is, did I pass it already? I did, here it is, Proposer Outreach. How can we encourage entrepreneurs from outside the Cardano ecosystem to submit proposals to Catalyst in the next 2 funds? So essentially, this is where you want to submit ideas that will help us actually bring other people in to then submit more ideas. So I picked 3 projects randomly, and we're going to go through those 3. So let's move on to the first project here. Oh, I already have it open. So what happens when you do this all by yourself? Okay, here we go. The first project, you already had a little peek at it there, is called Proposer to Producer Demo. So this is the problem statement. The step-by-step process of proposing a project, getting it funded, and applying in the real world is not clear and accessible. Now the proposer here, whose name is Lama Cardano, is saying that essentially it's difficult to figure out how to build a project, build a proposal, and to get it going. This is a common issue. I built a guide to help proposers kind of solve this problem. It's just kind of a small guide to get people involved. When you first come here, there's so much information, and when you first look at the Catalyst website, it can be a little bit confusing. So this is true. Let's see what his answer is. His solution is provide a clear and accessible multimedia demonstration of a mini project from proposal to real world application. So that's an interesting idea. So what he wants to do is he wants to show a demo of someone coming in, proposing the project and going through, it looks like going through the complete process. So I'd imagine that would mean of course from start to finish. But there's 6 weeks. So there's 6 weeks, and every week a different thing. It's a different step when you're a proposer. Then after the 6 weeks, there's a period where people can register to vote. So anybody who has a certain amount of Cardano, it's 3,000 ADA currently, but that has been changing, can register to vote. After the voting registration period, then there's a period for voting. The voting period is 21 days. At least it is in this fund, Fund 4. It's 21 days. It actually started today at, I think, 1:48 Eastern time. Interesting starting date. So we'll look through his proposal here. He's looking for $30,000. And let's check this out. Relevant experience. I'm a videographer in the early stages of starting my own video production company, which aims to connect small businesses with videographers. Okay, that's pretty good experience. Now, what I like to look for is proof of experience. Interesting. Well, this looks pretty good. This is his website. This is obviously a nicely well done website. So I like to make sure they're not just, well, this could just be a single page. I mean, it's not bad if it's just a single page contact website, which is what it looks like it is. But it's something, you know. This shows effort. It would be nice if he or she had some maybe some examples of some of the work. If you're saying you're a videographer, I would think you'd want to post some links to some of your work. So I would expect that that maybe this proposer would do that. This again is just the website. Now there's still, what is today? Today's Friday. So there's still, I think, 4.5 more days where proposers can come in and add stuff to their proposals. So I would suggest, if you're one of the 5 people watching that, the proposer that is, you know, I would come in here and link to some of your work, because you are asking for $30,000. If you're going to ask for $30,000, you should have some links to some of the work you've done. All right, so let's move on to the next one here, the next proposal. All right, let me open this up. And the next proposal: free online course about Catalyst. Problem statement: people outside of the Cardano community don't know or understand what Catalyst is and how they can apply to get their funding. Okay, the solution: an online course with videos that explain step by step what Catalyst is, how they can submit their proposal, and how voting works, etc. Okay, online course. This also sounds like a good idea. Experience: 13 years experience in digital marketing. I've created the Cardano podcast and the online academy with courses about digital marketing. Who's doing this? Ryan Morrison. I have not seen his stuff. Let's take a look here. Coming soon. Okay. All right. What else do we have here? Detailed plan, venture capitalist involvement. Okay. Project Catalyst aims to attract entrepreneurs. Can you imagine what those entrepreneurs would do if they were to know there's an alternative? That's absolutely true. You know, at some point, we're going to be giving away $15-16 million, a proposal around a fund. So yes, I'm sure people are going to want to know about this when we get up to giving away that much money. Okay, deliverables. Okay, it's always nice to have kind of what you're going to do and to kind of rank it out. Budget. Okay, this is good. Website design, 1,500. Logo design. I have to go down all this, but it's really good to see a budget that's broken up like that, because when you look at the amount of money someone's asking for, you want to see what they're going to use it for, right? The last proposal, $30,000 they were asking for. What is that? What's that for? I have no idea what that's for. And if I don't want to talk about the other proposal. Let's stick on this one. But you want to tell people what you're using the money for. Why am I the right person to make this happen? I've already done something very similar. Okay, let's check this out here. Example of one of the courses available that I've created. So he's created courses before. Well, this is great. It's in Spanish. I can't read it. But obviously, you know, this is something nice. This is great. Now, this is perfect. This is, as a community advisor, this is exactly what I'm looking for. I'm looking for just some proof that they can do what they say they're going to do. I've also created a podcast. Let's take a look at the podcast real quick. Nice. Look at that. So 1, 2, what's it got? 8 episodes. Nice. So this is exactly kind of what you're looking for. So, I mean, I would do a little more picking around, maybe listen to some of the podcasts, but I have a real good feeling about this. He's asking for $13,000, and look, I haven't really dug into everything he's looking for here, what he wants to spend money on, but he's asking for an amount of money. He breaks it all down. These are all very, very positive signs, and this is a proposal I would dig more into. And if I feel the way I feel now after digging into it and I still like it, this is a proposal I'd probably vote for. I think it's a really good idea. Okay, let's move on to our last proposal of the day here. What do we got? This is a proposal called Sustainable ADA. Let's read the problem statement. Sustainable ADA will expand outreach and education for explaining use cases, examples of how Cardano can help create a sustainable world. Okay, sounds like a good idea. The solution. The goal is to connect aspects of Cardano to our current CDGs, creating an equal and sustainable world with this blockchain technology. Current SDGs. Sustainable ADA will expand outreach and education for explaining uses and examples. I don't know what SDGs means. I may be the only one who doesn't know what SDGs means, but if you're creating a proposal and you think there's a possible chance that someone's not going to know what something means, you should always kind of explain it. You should always just think in the back of your mind, you should always have, you should pretend like when you're making a proposal that you're telling somebody who has no idea about what you're talking about and what the idea is. I can't even explain what I'm trying to say here, but you know what I'm talking about. So I don't know what SDG is, so let's read on here. Relevant experience. I'm a senior at the University of New Hampshire as an economics major, a dual major in sustainability, experience, sustainability research. Okay, website. Let's check out the website here. Sustainable ADA, Cardano, the stepping stones to a sustainable and equal world. This is, okay, so this is just a single web page, which is good. I mean, it shows that you're doing something and working towards it. Let's see what else is there. Okay, so who's Cole is looking for $50,000, and you see how there's nothing broken down here. I hope Cole comes back in and puts a little more into this and explains what he's going to use the $50,000 for. But let's read through it a little bit. To create a starter kit and a network, that promotes the adoption and ability Cardano has to change the world and make it a more sustainable place. Creating informational content with ways that can connect to our current sustainable development goals. In addition, sharing as projects are created and ran on Cardano, their use cases and how they can implement new technologies or partnerships with Cardano to help increase the network's ability to make the world a more sustainable and equal place. Goals: create informational content exploring how Cardano can make the world more sustainable. Create a network exploring and promoting current projects running on Cardano. This will help make strives towards a sustainable world. Encourage other members from outside the community to come in and implement their sustainable projects on or working with Cardano's blockchain. I don't see a complete proposal here. I see some ideas. This is proposal outreach, so this is supposed to help get people in. The only thing here about getting people in, it seems, is this last sentence. Encourage other members from outside the community to come in and implement their sustainable projects. Now, that's exactly what the whole project is supposed to do. So I think this is the beginning to an idea. Obviously, he made a little website, which is nice. It shows that you're building on something, but this has to be built up a little bit more. You're asking for $50,000. You have to kind of break down and explain exactly kind of what you're looking for. But it's a start, and there's still 4.5 days. Hopefully, this project will turn into something a little more, a little more detailed, I guess is probably the right word. Okay. All right, cool. Let's go to my community chatter section here. So there's not so much going on in the community today. I was reading through some of the Discords and some of the Telegram channels. people are talking about generally about voting. So like I said earlier, voting starts today, or started at 1:48 Eastern, which is an odd time, but that started today. So whenever voting starts, you got to kind of work out the kinks. This is only the second fund we're voting on. Registering for voting was a lot easier this time. It only took about 5 or 10 minutes. But there's always kinks to be worked out. I tried to vote today, or tried to open my app up, and it's not showing I have any money on there. So I may have to redo the process to get it to work. So that's basically what everyone's talking about today in the community. Yep, that's about it. So I'm going to end this here on my anti-ending, as I call it, and I will see you again probably tomorrow. Everyone, have a good day. Bye-bye.